Chelsea fans were being used. Yildiz is using us. His agent is using us, and I'm going to explain to you what's going on. I knew the bid was too good to be true. I even said it. Why are we doing this late at night? Why are we creeping late at night, putting 65 million euro bids in? However, we finally know. We're going to talk about it. Xavi Simons plays in a friendly for Leipzig, gets 3 assists. Fabrizio comes out with information that is not really too much new information. However, we need to talk about it because a lot of people are asking the question, do we actually need Xavi Simons? And it blows my mind because we definitely do. Acheampong, he's linked with Bournemouth. Why I believe he should go, a lot of people aren't going to like it. For me, it's a must. If I'm Josh and his camp, I'm pushing for this deal. And then Kenan Dewsbury-Hall. A lot of people did not know much about the player when we got him. Some people, this one over here, thought his name was Kenan Dewsbury-Hall. It took until October before I knew it was Kenan. But it looks like Fulham are coming in for him and Chelsea want a stupid fee. When I tell you this fee is absolutely ridiculous, but I respect it. Because low-key, I understand when people say keep him as 6th choice CM. So, we're going to break that down. Before we get started, number one, can everybody in the comments below wish my wife a happy birthday? All of you always saying, who's that walking in the background? Well, it's my wife. It's her birthday today. Still got to work, still got to deliver the content. But we're going out for a delicious meal today. Everything's going to be great. So, happy birthday comments. Secondly, hit the like button. I'm working on my wife's birthday. It's unacceptable for you to make it this far and not hit the like button. 1,500 likes. Bare minimum. And then if you like the content and you like the normal low budget approach here, right? You get what you hear. No spews for not more views. I literally tell you what you need to hear and then you keep it stepping with the rest of your day. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get it started. Yildiz is a player that Chelsea Football Club admire. And we know this. Yildiz is a football player that Chelsea fans admire. We know this. Yildiz is one of my Kardashians. He's from Turkey. You know them ones. I'm Georgian, Azerbaijani in blood. He's Turkish. You know them ones. We basically somewhere in ancestry, we come from the same bloodline somewhere. So it is what it is, right? They're cousins. Now, we need to talk about Yildiz to Chelsea. It ain't happening. Fabrizio came out and Fabrizio said, 2 Premier League clubs are looking at Yildiz and they're eagerly anticipating getting him. This follows an article that came out from Gazzetta Italia, that Chelsea put a £65 million bid in for Yildiz. And I even said, well, that's weird because we're chasing Xavi Simons very publicly. You know, I will take the player, don't get me wrong. But this is very weird. There's no way we're going for both. But then Fabrizio added a bit of information that made me go, there it is. There it is, right there. Fab, you should have just led with this. He said, the Juventus are confident that they're going to be able to renew the man's contract. Yildiz's contract, they are confident they're going to be able to renew. We're being used, guys. We're absolutely being used. If this was one of those situations where you get in an argument with your partner and then your partner starts being difficult and talking to other people, that's what it is. You're being used. That is what's happening there in front of our eyes and people are falling for it. He wants a new contract. His agent's picking up the phone. He's telling Premier League clubs, hey, are you not sure you don't want to tempt Juventus? And then Juventus is like, oh, no. Chelsea want it. The Chelsea. The world champion mighty Chelsea. The greatest champions of all time. The first champions. The Roman Reigns of football want Yildiz. And guess what happens now? Guess what's going on now? He's going to get a new deal. Mark my words, this isn't going to go any further. This is going to be a Yildiz new contract. They are not letting their star boy go. This is the future of their club. I'm telling you now, this is a non-story. The next story is an interesting one because it's actually the monster that we've created. And the fact that I'm going to have to explain this to people, you're going to say, what are you on about? Xavi Simons is playing for Leipzig today. He started. He's got 3 assists. Last I checked, 60 minutes into the game. They're 6-0 up against Toulouse. And we get an update from Fabrizio, right? And Fabrizio actively gives us an indication of there's movement, there's advanced talks on his personal terms. Not agreed yet, but advanced. The player wants to join. The club want him, yada, yada, yada. We know the deal. We've been hearing about this for 3 days. Then he says there are talks with Leipzig and Chelsea. It's progressing well, it's in the works, but it's not a done deal yet. For me, this is a non-update. And the reason why I'm talking about this now is because I want to make something very clear, right? We've reached a point in the transfer game now where people are so hungry for news. People want news to be moving at the Pedro Neto pace. You remember when Mendes just literally said, yeah, Neto's going to Chelsea, and Chelsea said, for happy days, and then it was announced within 48 hours. Genuinely, news broke that personal terms were agreed. Literally 6 hours later that the deal was agreed. Medical, done. Neto's a Chelsea player. Bob's your uncle. This deal's not like that. And I feel like Fabrizio's in a very difficult position. And I'm going to explain to you what kind of position it is. People want to know what's going on. So they're bombarding him with messages. Fab, what's going on? Fab, what's going on? Fab, what's going on? Fabrizio, what's going on? And he retaliates by saying, look guys, this is the news. Nothing has changed. The problem is, back in the day when I was younger, and this was early in the 2000s, you know them ones, when you get your newspaper, or like early 2010s, you get your newspaper and you look at it and you're like, hey, we're linked with this player. You need to wait 24 hours before you go back to that newspaper and there might be a story on it. There's no guarantee that there will be a story on it. Now with Fabrizio, he puts 4 tweets out a day on the same topic. And the reason why is because everybody's hungry with it. Literally, he can just copy and paste the first one, go into ChatGPT, say, reword this for me, please. Copy and paste it because it's the same. Sometimes nothing happens. You need to understand there will be meetings, there will be conversations, and then there'll be some quiet period for 3-4 days. And there'll be some parts that he's most probably not aware of. But we live in an environment where people want to know. I get this actually, and I'm a tiny level content creator, guys. I got 42,000 people subscribe. People message me like 3 hours after I release a video. Any update on Simons? Any update on blah blah? I love it, don't get me wrong. The fact that you don't come to me for news when I'm just an aggregator, it makes me feel like, hey, I'm building something here. But the reality is, we are so obsessed with the transfer window. Sometimes I think it's more important to some fans than what happens on the pitch. So what I'm saying here is, we need to be easy a bit. I think we need to wait till the end of the week before we actually get a better indication of what's happening with Simons. I still think he's going to be our player. Josh Acheampong is targeted by Bournemouth. So a lot of you know my opinion on Josh. I think Josh is super talented. I think Josh has everything to develop into a very, very good defender, right? I think he's 19 years old, 18 or 19 years old. He's very good on the ball. He's got big stature. He carries the ball well from defense to attack. He breaks through the lines with his passing as well as his ball carrying. He's decent in the air. He's a bit skinny, but he will grow and grow into his man body. He can play right back, he can play centre back, he can play midfield, and he can even play left back when you need him to. Do you understand the caliber of unicorn we have here? This is a phenomenal young talent. But what's going on with this young talent right now? He's not been getting as much minutes as I would personally like. I am of the academy where if you're good enough, you're old enough. Maresca really values Gusto, and he really values Reece James, as he should. Both are brilliant players. However, Josh is stuck in a predicament where he needs game time. Enzo wants to keep him, to develop him, to teach him the system, to teach him all the essentials of being a great centre-half at Chelsea. If the link was an Everton, if the link was a Burnley, if a link was a Leeds, I would say don't do it. But the link is a Bournemouth. And Areola plays a very aggressive front-footed game. They're pressing, their line's a little bit higher. It's very similar to what Chelsea's defense does. They push up, they're compact, their defenders carry the ball out the back. I believe he would really benefit from going on loan. This story is coming from Nizar Kinsella that Bournemouth want to take him on loan. Huijsen's gone, Zubani's gone, Kepa's gone. They've got Petrovic. They're going, if they get Josh Acheampong, they'll most probably get another centre-half or two. There's a chance for him to come in and get good vital minutes. I'm not saying he needs to play 30 games. I'm saying 25. Levi Colwill at Brighton was a prime example of it. He came in till December, he was bench warming. After December, he became a starter. By the end of the season, there was this uproar that he is brilliant, he needs to be given a chance. Came to Chelsea, squad role. The year after, starter. What about in 2027, 2028, if he's a starter for Chelsea, Josh Acheampong? Next year, given the development, the year after, the squad role, and then after that, he basically beats himself into the team and you can't take him out. He's Levi Colwill's partner. It's common sense. It's almost like the right thing to do. I think you need to think long-term planning with Josh rather than short-term. I want to keep him just in case. Let me know your comments in below because I think this is a controversial one. Now we need to talk about Kenan Dewsbury-Hall. Listen, I think Kenan Dewsbury-Hall gets a lot of stick for something that, in my opinion, he doesn't deserve. When we acquired him, I've always said, he is coming in for emergencies. He's the equivalent of insurance. You need to buy it because if something happens to your house, guess what? Guess what? If something happens to your house, you need insurance to bail you out. So Kenan Dewsbury-Hall for us, if something happened to Enzo last year, Kenan would have been the one to step in. And Kenan's a decent player. I think he gets a lot of stick that is unfair. People call him rubbish, people call him useless, when in reality, he's a top 10 Premier League player. As in, you put him in the top 10 teams, a lot of teams will take him. I'm not saying he'll go and start, but he will be there. Like, for example, Bournemouth, I think he starts. Aston Villa, I think they would put him on the bench, but he'd be coming off getting regular minutes. I think Newcastle would look at him off the bench. He would be doing a job there. I think Nottingham Forest would be starting him. I think there are multiple clubs that we all think in our head, oh my days, these clubs are actually good teams, but he goes there and joins their team and contributes. But what's going on now? Fulham. Fulham's another one. I think he goes and starts. They are interested in taking the player, and they want to pay a £25 million fee initially reported. Ben Jacobs said Chelsea are looking for 30 plus. They want to keep the asset. They believe he's good. They believe he contributes. He's a good egg in the dressing room. Yada, yada, yada. The problem here is now, where does he fit? Does he want to sit on the bench? He's 27. And you need to ask yourself the question, is Kenan Dewsbury-Hall happy to stay at Chelsea, collect trophies, play bit part role, 15 minutes there, 20 minutes there? Or does he want to go and play football? Because at the end of his career, last year was the most successful career of his life. Most probably played the least. He has a Club World Cup and a Conference League medal. He's got memories and a journey to remember. However, he's also had Leicester games where he's played 30 games in the Premier League, where he won the championship. But no one cares about that stuff. So it's very difficult. But I also think 30 million plus is steep. I don't see Fulham paying it. And if they do, take the money and run. He is a decent player, but sixth choice, we are spoiled, man. Just think about it. Lavia, Enzo, Caicedo, Esugu, Santos. Do we really need Kenan Dewsbury-Hall? I think it's overkill. Promote one of the kids. Let one of the kids take that role, the sixth spot, and we keep it stepping. Listen, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out.